Hello everybody and welcome back to another DSBM review. Today we are covering the 10th sublevel of Suicide by Leviathan. Maybe if it'll focus. This is a cool little cassette I got in this bag set that I guess was released in like, oh, there's a rapper on there. It was released in like 2015. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Okay, this is my all-time favorite DSBM album, I guess. I I call this a DSBM review channel, but realistically, there's a lot of stuff that I'd listen to that is not even close to DSBM. Like it's just ambient black metal, like Silhouette and Splinters by Leviathan or Lurker of Chalice. They're not technically like DSBM, right? Um, yeah. So this album is just absolutely insane, right? From the start to the end, and it's what's really cool about it is that if you listen to any of Leviathan's earlier demos, they're actually available on YouTube. I think they're called Shadow of No Light or something like that. Like I think it's the whole box set. Yeah, if you listen to them, you can hear a lot of these songs like early on in production, and I think it's the 15th demo he released that it's like this album is almost like it's almost there. But this was his first ever full release, and it's super super cool to see. Well, to have it number one, but also to see like how far the music has evolved from there. So, and I don't really agree with there's a lot of other people saying like a lot of his newer stuff was better. And like, it sounds super cliche to say that I don't think it is, but I personally like his first album the most. It just flows the best together, right? So like in the background here, we have it playing. It's currently playing the second track. So yeah, it's just a really, really unique album, right? Um, and I would say in terms of like replayability, I'm not sure how you would say that, but this album has one of the highest like re-listenable rates, I guess, in my opinion. Like I listen to this almost every day, at least like one or two tracks. It's usually the Idiot Son and the At the Door to the 10th Sublevel of Suicide, so the last two tracks. But yeah, this album has an incredible feel to it. It makes you go through the intro track is my absolute favorite track on this entire album, which is, I know it's weird, but I listened to it a lot trying to figure out how Jeff Whitehead was able to create such like a unique intro sound. Like I don't know. Like sometimes I'll just be sitting here at like 2 in the morning and I'll just have it on repeat. And I'll be sitting there listening and it makes you feel just like miserable. I don't know. It's very nice intro track. But yeah. And then at the very end it says there's no light for you at the end of the tunnel. It's just a very, very good song. But anyway, this album, dude, it takes you through a lot of, like, as you hear this song, right? I would say this song has a lot of anger in it, right? This is the second track on the album. The first one, obviously, is not really going to have much of a feeling besides just, like, a void. And it feels like to me that it's building up because, obviously, there's, like, a swell. There's a swell in the intro, which I think means he enters in Latin, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so you go from like this swell of like, I guess, depression up to, and then it explodes and he says, there's no light for you at the end of the tunnel. This song starts playing. But yeah, just through and through this whole album, dude, it's just like a roller coaster. Because you'll go from songs like The Bitter Emblem of Dissolve, which are like arguably less angry but more like solemn, I guess. I don't really know how else to describe it, but and then you go down to The Idiot Son, which is just like, or even Mind Molten Armor. Like Mind Molten Armor is the song right before The Idiot Son, and it is just like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like you kind of go from this downhill slope, and then you hit because you have He Whom Shadows Move Towards, which hits Submersed, and so you're kind of going like this, right? Then it starts playing Submersed, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're getting smacked with Mind Molten Armor, right? And that, I don't know, dude, that track is just like, I didn't used to like Mind Molten Armor, I'll be real, and then I found out that it kind of is the song that ties like the whole album together, because you have like this downhill slope, like I was saying, and then you have Mind Molten Armor, which then takes you back up over to The Idiot Son and At the Door to the 10th Sublevel of Suicide. All right, I can't even describe it, bro. If you haven't listened to it before, I just want to say, this whole channel right now, I'm basing a lot of I haven't really obviously talked more in depth about more of like the cult or the KVLT or like the more underground DSBM artists, because I'm kind of starting from like a surface level sort of vision, and I want to work my way down into like people who are, you know, have like 200 or 300 listeners on Spotify or whatever. Not that it's like, I'm not being like an elitist or anything, but like it's just cool, right? It's cool to start with the people that I started listening to. Actually, the first black metal band I ever listened to was Ghostbath, but a lot of people don't consider them to be black metal, which is, it's kind of hard to say that, right? I mean, you can definitely say that they're not, but I don't know. Their first album, I can't remember. It's like Stargazer, Starmourner or something. I don't know. It's insane, right? And then there's, I think they have 3 albums out. I'm not entirely sure. Self-Loather was the very first album that introduced me to piano inside of black metal music, which was super sick to me. And then I started listening to like Hector Rock, or however you say his name. I'm not sure you say it. Correct? I don't know how you say it, but his music is super, super cool too. A lot of good piano parts on there. But yeah, I think that this album though, the 10th Sublevel of Suicide, is a very, very cool introduction into black metal, especially like if you're not used to listening. Actually, it might be a little harsh for some like first-time listeners, I guess, but um, overall, definitely the album has like some crazy feeling. Like if you just sit down on a day that you have nothing else to do, if you're just like reading or whatever, I don't know how many people listen to music when they read, but I do. But if you're reading or drawing or like even, you know, working on something, it's definitely worth a listen. But make sure you're actively engaged to it, you know. Um, so it's really, really cool. I want to cover Silhouette and Splinters next, but I don't know realistically how. I don't know. It doesn't really fall into DSBM. It's more like dark ambient. So was Tellurian Slaked Furnace. So I don't know. I don't know what we're doing on this channel. All right, guys. I'm making stuff. I'm making videos that I'm passionate about. I need to get a script rewritten again so that I can have stuff as organized. The first video wasn't like organized, but I need to have it more organized. You know what I'm saying? And I need to raise my desk up. I gotta put it back on stand up so I can have more energy. You know? But yeah, I think. And I actually just ordered. I just ordered the vinyl because there was just a repressing released as of I think Friday, which is today. I'm recording this on a Friday, but a repressing of the 10 Sublevel of Suicide, which has been very hard to get my hands on because I didn't want to drop $70 for a vinyl, and so, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. We might. It's hard. It's hard calling myself a DSBM review channel because this is the main form of music I listen to, but the type of music I'm most comfortable with, funny enough, is like gangster rap, right? Like I grew up on NWA and Migos and stuff like that, which I'm sure, you know, a lot of other people did. But also I started listening to things like Gojira and Meshuggah and Lamb of God and all these other like death metal bands. So it's gonna be interesting, you know what I mean? And I appreciate the people who've been checking out the channel. Like I don't even know. I think the last video only had like, I mean, I'm not saying only. Like I said, I have not advertised this channel to any of my friends. I haven't told like any of my family, anything like that. I was trying to see. I don't know how to. YouTube had a big update, and now I don't know how to switch channels and stuff like that anymore. It's so stupid. But let's take a peek here. Yeah, so like 4 views, and so like obviously that's not massive, right? But it's cool to me that people are stopping by a random channel that, you know, I haven't advertised or anything like that. Just saying. So yeah. But yeah, I think next week we'll cover something a little bit more underground. Let me know. I'm not sure how many people stopping by watch the whole things, but let me know in the comments if there's anything you guys want me to review. I'm always open to listening to new music, especially if it's something in this category of music, DSBM. I have a lot of people who try to recommend me like classical music, and they're like, "Oh, dude, it's more metal than anything you've ever heard, bro." And I'm like, I'm sure it is, bro, but I know what I like, and what I like is DSBM, metal, and rap. And I'm sorry, you know, you can call me closed-minded, call me what you want, alright? I'll listen to anything, as long as it's good, alright? Yeah, anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Get my finger out of the camera. I'll actually write a script for the next video, and we'll see if anybody leaves a comment letting me know to leave anything. Even if you guys have your own DSBM band, send that to me, okay? Put it in the comments, and I will review your albums, okay? I'll review your music, alright? I'm not even kidding. And yeah, I don't have that big of a base, but maybe, you know, who knows? Who knows who's gonna come across this channel, okay? Alright, well, have a good day, guys.